How you doing, guys and girls? Yes, thought it would be the same starting lineup, please, with that. Yeah, so Mark. Cheers, Gordon Seymour, for the team lineups there, mate. Thank you.
Still a very, very strong side. I think.
Maverick Loggins, hello, how are you doing? Mark Nesbitt, hello, mate, how are you doing? Kelso in the house, going for a 3-0 win for the lads. Yeah, I'll take that one, like. I will take that. Yeah, I just hope Sunderland treat this seriously and don't expect it's going to be a walkover, because if they do have that mind, then they will not win tonight, I'll tell you that now. We need to be professional, and we need to basically have it in our heads that this is going to be a hard game. We've got to just literally just be serious about this. It's didn't go thinking it's going to be a walkover because we'll put a half-hearted effort in. We've got to treat this just like we're playing like a Leeds United or something, or a Burnley or a Sheffield United. It's a must. So what you guys been up to today? Etienne Lemaire, hello, how you doing? Hope you're well. Of course, it's the first time we're going to have that massive light show apparently tonight. Pakaka Andrew, how are you doing? Hello. And you know, I only need 87 subscribers now to get to that magic 3,000 subscribers. How amazing is that? Don't forget, if you want to see the team news, it's pinned to the top. Gordon says, I hope Neil has woken up. He has been rubbish since getting an armband. Yeah, he has to, Gordon, because at the moment, I think the fans are giving him the benefit of the doubt, but he needs to start producing. At the end of the day, that's his job. Mark Nesbitt, hello, how are you doing? I detest Borough, but let's hope they do us a favour and take points off West Brom. Yeah, absolutely. But we've got to do the job ourselves as well. That's a must. seems to have been a while since we've had a night game. Oh, gonna see the light show. Ay, 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 ay. What? Right, where are we? Right, hello, 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 hello. Hello, Jeff. You alright, mate? Evening all. Weird how we can be playing footy while Middle East trade missiles. That's absolutely nuts. There's going to be no left over there. There's going to be absolutely nothing left. Oh, so yeah, there is going to be a magical light show tonight, of course, at the Stadium of Lights. The first time we've seen anything like that ever. At the Stadium of Lights, so I think it's good. I think it's pretty decent, to be honest with you. I could have showed you it, but just in case it's copyright, I won't be able to show you, I'm afraid. But I'll be able to put the highlights and stuff up after the game. I might give you a little snippet of it anyway, just to see what it's like. Right, where are we at now? Let's have had such a busy day at work today. It's been unreal. Dougie Stewart, hello mate. I heard you on Total Sport tonight. Oh, did you? Yeah, I was on just before the game. They give us a ring actually, the Radio Newcastle, asking us to come on. So yeah, I always love. I always enjoy. Right, there we go. So I hope we're all confident tonight. I know I am, sort of. I suppose you've got to be, haven't you?
As they bid to try and win their first away game of the season. So 4 changes for Derby, no changes for Sunderland tonight. We're going to hear from Trey Hume shortly. But what I wanted to read you firstly is there's the foghorn.
The foghorn.
And the light show begins.
The light show. And we need to put our detectives' hats on, Nick, because tragedy has struck tonight.
What?
Our radiator has gone missing.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Our radiators disappeared.
Listen, that sounds mental.
It's a real mystery, actually, because they're not exactly small, and one of them has gone missing. We're limping along on one radiator as we compete here.
That is mental, isn't it? Can you hear that, guys?
The lights have gone out now. People have got their phones out, of course. The lights come back on. We can't really see the display in its full glory because we're so far up at the back of the West Stand that we can't actually make out what's happening with the floodlights, but they are obviously flashing on and off, and there have been plenty of warning signs about, you know, if you suffer from the effects of flashing lights, etc., etc. Be mindful of that.
So there we go. Sounds good, like the what I can hear of it. Do 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 do. Aye, Thomas Wilson, new subscriber. Cheers, mate. Alan, thank you very, very much indeed. That means so, so much. Packer Aka Andrew, Stunning 3 Derby 2. Is this the Stadium of Light or are we away? No, we're at the Stadium of Light. I didn't want a 3-2. That's too nervy. No. I want to relax tonight. Ken Walton, good evening, Cabby. Pleased he kept Dan Neil. Team hope the crowd get behind him. He's one of us. Richard K, hello. How are you doing? If you can sing 3 times, I'll be happy, says the Packer. So let me know a sound check for everybody. Can everybody hear all right? Can everybody hear okay? Can they hear me? Can they hear the commentary in the background as well? And one of the songs will be You're Not Singing Anymore. Makes a pleasant change for me a midday kickoff. Bet you, Doug. Holy Ground Highlander. Yes, Pert?
Remastered versions of Wise Men Say and so on. And the foghorn, obviously.
Oh, Mike Cabby, there. I'm back. Do, 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 do. 100 people watching already. Thank you and welcome. Don't forget to click that thumbs up and help me get to 3,000 subscribers. Click the subscribe button if you have not subscribed. Thank you very much. Uncle Monty, hello, how you doing? Light show worth the entrance fee alone. Was it good, John Murray? I don't know. Oh, right, yeah, of course you'll be able to see it, won't you? Hello, James B. Do 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 do. Don't know if you can see that. I'll turn the light off so you can see it. Do 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 do. Hey, it's barely flashed, isn't it? How cool does that look? Looks pretty cool. Never seen that at the stadium like before. I'm going 4-0 tonight, Peter Harvey. Ricky Howe, need a result tonight. I know we had to stand by Neil, but I prefer Browning. I know what you're saying. But he just needs to prove us wrong tonight, Dan Neil, doesn't he? Do 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 do. Pagged, hello everyone for Albuquerque, Canada. From Alberta, Canada. Feeling good about this one. How are the lights? Don't forget, click the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. See if I can get to 3,000 subscribers before Christmas. Oh, 3 more subscribers. Thank you very much. Da da. Da, 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 da. Cheers, Dougie. Much appreciated, mate. It's good banter in here, isn't it? It's good banter. Dun, 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 dun. I'll just show you this. Da, 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 na, na, na. On the rooftop, shouting out, baby, I'm ready to go.
Well, that was quite spectacular. The lights obviously in unison with the beat of the
That's mental, like.
of the Knights when they came out. The lights are still strobing now as I speak. And you were just pointing out, Paul Warne has walked out onto the pitch and basically thanked the Derby fans, hasn't he, up in the
Indeed.
top of the
Sampling
north
the
stand.
atmosphere.
Yeah, he was wearing a bobble hat. So, quite intriguing fashion look.
I hope the lights go back to normal for kickoff, though.
Derby players break from the greeting of the Sunderland players on halfway. Derby will be
That
in
does look
yellow
good. I must
shirts,
admit
black
that. It
shorts
does look really good.
tonight.
Gary
Sunderland,
Hoyle,
of course, in
turning
their
to
red,
lads,
white stripes,
Paddy and Remain to score.
black
I'll
shorts,
take that.
red
Good luck
and
for
white.
it's for 3K Pagged. I'm trying to get to
And,
3,000
referee team
subscribers. I'm on
Whitestone, who was here,
2,918. So I'm trying to get to 3,000. That'd be brilliant. Michael Brummel, I don't think he capped material when Fellaini sent off for United years ago. He apologised. Neil basically said, we were poor, it's him, he's poor, doesn't score, play well. I think this is one of his last chances tonight, to be honest with you.
Actually, then you may have noticed it. I was reading, just describing what was happening. I didn't hear Dan Neil when his name was read out. If there was a reaction from the crowd.
I don't think there was a reaction.
I don't think there was a reaction. I think we would have probably noticed
if it was,
it.
we would have known about it.
We'd have heard about it.
Oh, I'll have to mute this bit while a bit of Elvis starts getting played. Wise men sing, scabba-dabba-doo, only fools rush in. But I can falling in love with you. Yes, Pat. Yes, darling.
Well, for a moment I thought the pitch was going to be plunged into darkness again, and I'm not sure they're not going to get another foghorn. But the two captains are going through the coin toss at the moment, the coin toss. And Sunderland about to go into a huddle. Dan Neil marches back from the centre spot to join the huddle. Derby's players just scattered about.
Be right back, 2 seconds.
Side of the pitch, they're defending the Roker end in the first half. And I'm just looking at Jacob Zetterstrom, the Derby goalkeeper. He's wearing a head protective headwear, isn't he?
Yeah, he is indeed, yes.
He's in very, very pale yellow, the Swedish goalkeeper for Derby County. One cap, and we're going to get underway with Derby County pushing the ball back to the goalkeeper, and a longer ball swept up towards the edge of the Sunderland penalty area. Headed on by Ibu Adams, the Gambian international. There was a suggestion that Derby might be playing three at the back. I haven't quite worked out yet.
Hello, Flynn. How you doing, mate? You all right? Luty 244 Brian. How you doing? How are the lads? 4-1. Come on.
The start of the game. And here,
3 more subscribers. Thank you.
Dan Neil does get the ball away from Jerry Yates, who's playing up through the middle, up front for Derby County.
I don't know, Flynn. I'm not too sure. I don't think they were ever streaming it, to be honest with you.
After the weekend, after you've had that chat with the manager,
it was just a pre-match, but this is the watch along with the MACKEM CABBIE. I do every match. Match commentary in the background and banter from myself and from the people in the chat as well.
They were being exploited by the Watford wing-backs. Yeah. So Dan Neil was playing.
MACKEM down south, how are you doing?
I didn't. In all fairness, I didn't notice it on Saturday, but he said that's what he did. The ball is back at the moment with Luca Nyan.
You see Derby are pressing high up.
Yes, they're going to try and force Sunderland to make a mistake, aren't they? They've played it out, and Derby have possession. Kane Wilson is looking to try and take this on down the right-hand side into the corner, but Sunderland have...
it's strange, isn't it, Flynn? Hi, Julia Gonzalez, you all right?
Derby on the right-hand side. Go through the teams again in a moment. Sunderland's unchanged. Derby have made 4 changes in a bid to try and win their first away game of the season. They've lost at Blackburn, Watford and Sheffield United so far. As the ball comes back here onto halfway, Aaron Cashin, who's come through the Derby Academy, the 22-year-old centre-back. Adams back to Nat Phillips, who's on loan from Liverpool. 27-year-old, 6'3", he's a bit of a giant. The ball is threaded through to the edge of the area. Yates tried to weave his way through. The ball ricocheted off him. Patterson stopped it from going out behind, and it's been clear, but back to Derby County, who pick it up in the middle. Adams is playing in the centre, Ebu Adams, centre of midfield, and it's given away, and it's been picked up by Isidore, who looked like he was tripped, but the referee has given nothing. And the ball breaks here, down the right, they've gone round Cirkin, in the penalty area, pulled back, good save by Patterson. There's a claim for handball from Derby, but the shot from Marcus Harness, who's on loan from Ipswich, was a strong one, and Patterson did well to turn it round for a corner to Derby.
Yeah.
Bright start by Derby.
Very bright start. Sunderland have not started at all.
So 0-0, first corner of the game. Good strong save from Anthony Patterson.
This is where they've got to concentrate here. Set pieces.
Marcus Harness is standing right on Patterson, right in front of him, just crouched at the moment. The ball floated in towards Nat Phillips, the centre-back. It comes out here to Harness on the left-hand side. In fact, it was Chiriwa who was on crouched in front of Patterson. Tawanda Chiriwa, who's on loan from Wolves, is Zimbabwean international. It's a free kick to Derby now. As you said, don't foul, they did. It's led to a free kick. Ben Osborne's going to take this, almost on the touchline on the left. 5 yards from the corner flag for Derby County. Derby
cheers for the other 2 subscribers,
Osborne,
thank you very much.
The last 5 years at Sheffield United. He leaves it. It's going to be Houdman, the Dutch midfielder, again signed in the summer from AZ Alkmaar. He will whip this in. Well, the referee's stopped a moment. He's seen something in the 6-yard box.
Yeah,
all in black, the referee tonight.
Trying to put a bit of pressure on Patterson.
Yeah,
that 6-yard box, Nick.
And it's interesting that it's this crouching thing again. Now Luca Nyan just pushed.
You've got to be careful.
Is it Marcus Harness? It's just pushed him to the floor, because Harness is trying to crouch down in front of the Colt, and there's a lot of pushing going on here. The ball floats in. Phillips gets his head on it. It's in the air. And
Stephen Wood, hello. Michael Taylor, hello. How are you doing?
And the ball bounces in the centre circle. It doesn't quite fall for Isidore. Comes down to Roberts. A lovely ball down to Isidore on the right-hand side. Osborne's trying to go with him into the penalty area. Isidore strikes, and the ball swings out behind at the Roker end.
The ill-disposed, let's go, should be at the game right now. Missed it today due to work, but my last stepdaughter was there. Flag bearing, so very proud. Fantastic. That's great.
But I guess that is the danger from Derby's point of view now. If they're going to try and press, they're going to leave themselves exposed to that counter-attack. 0-0, Sunderland 0, Derby County 0.
And Brown starting a bit.
Newcastle.
Oh no!
It's a strange week because we've got Leeds here on Friday night, and it only seems like we got back from Watford yesterday. So it's one of those weeks as Harness tries to
thank you for
sweep the ball
another subscriber. Thank
down
you.
the right wing. It's tidied up by Luke O'Neill, back to Anthony Patterson, who passed it out dangerously in front of Yates, and with Chiriwa there as well.
How are the lads, says
And
Janet.
then
Welcome,
Meckham
Janet.
passes it back to Patterson as well. Pushed out to Luke O'Neill at the corner of the penalty area, back past Patterson to Mepham, and Mepham down the right wing to Hume. Hume over halfway now, looking for
Sunderland need to pounce quick.
Job
They need to get a couple of goals. They need to
and
put
finally
the
it comes
knockout
back
blows
out
early
the
on. That's
throw
what we need to do.
Derby down this left-hand side. No goals then, and the ball picked up by Cashin, Aaron Cashin. So Zetterstrom in goal. Wilson, Nelson, Cashin and Phillips, the defence. I think it is a 3, isn't it? Osborne is playing as the left wing back, Kane Wilson the right wing back.
It certainly was, Flynn. Shocking indeed.
And a free kick to Sunderland just in front of the centre circle. So midfield of Howdman and Adams with a front 3 of Harness, Yates and Chiriwa for Derby County. Hume will take the free kick in the centre circle. And
no, Edward, I've got a moth. I've got a wasp flying
with
around,
him.
believe it or not.
And Derby holding a line 22, 23 yards out. 2 pushed up as well. Chiri was one of them. I think Yates might be the other. But now
We do have to
jogging
concentrate.
back, one of the 2. Chiriwa stays 10 yards from the
Thanks for
free
the
kick.
62 likes. Thank you.
And Hume leaves it for Sirkin. Hume actually is marching out 10 yards to the
And thanks for
referee,
the 2
telling
more
him that
subscribers.
Chiri was
Thanks
not
very
10
much.
yards back. Referee's having none of it. Roberts has made a run back towards the centre circle. The ball is stabbed to Sirkin by Hume. Plays it to the edge of the area. It's cleared by Cashin. Straight back to Hume in the centre circle. He lifts it up towards the edge of the area and it's headed away again by Derby County to Yates, and then laid off back to Cashin. Down the left to
No, I've
Chiriwa.
not had anybody famous.
Rig is in front of him. Chiriwa slips it inside.
Luke should
into
be
the
captain.
middle
I
to
totally
Adams.
agree.
Back it comes to Cashin. And Cashin bringing this up to the halfway line. Looking for Yates, gives the ball away. The one back though by Derby. Osborne on the left. Plays it to Cashin.
The game hasn't
inside
settled
to
yet,
Adams.
Kevin. Clutch gun. I hope you
Back
get
into
that
the
fixed
penalty
soon,
area.
mate.
Rolls past Phillips. The keeper clears. Big hefty kick down the right wing. And it's kept in for the moment. And eventually headed out by Kane Wilson on the far side.
They've started off brightly under Derby.
Yeah, they have. They've changed their system. They played 4 at the back against Norwich.
Quite a
home
few
at the
empty
weekend.
seats at the stadium, I like tonight. I think that's
Controversially, they
because
lost
it's on Sky as
3-2.
well.
2 of Norwich's goals.
Yes, Pet.
The ball
Good
has
girl.
gone out of play. Here's Joe laying the ball
Yes, my
off
darling.
to Rig. Forwards to Hume and wide to Roberts halfway inside the Derby County half. Hume made a run down the right. Roberts has gone inside, looks to try and get it to Isidore in the penalty area, and Job is in there with him, but it's gone back to the goalkeeper, Zetterstrom. And Jacob Zetterstrom, signed in the summer from Djurgårdens, bowls the ball out here on the left wing to Ben Osborne. Tried to flick it past Hume, who's gone down. The ball has gone out for a throw to Derby, but the referee stopped play for a moment.
I thought his foot was quite high there.
Yeah, it did look a bit high. Hume is making that point now to the referee, showing him on his thigh where he was caught in that challenge.
Neil Denbury, you're welcome, mate.
Referee
You're
having a
welcome
word
indeed.
in Whitestone. As they walk back to the halfway line.
Not really much
and
happening, to be
Cashin
honest with
will
you.
take the throw for Derby County. Phillips across then to Nelson.
I do have to
Nelson.
talk over the commentary now and
That's
again
Kane
because
Wilson on
it'd
the
be a bit
right.
naughty if I just let the
He's
commentary play it
motoring on
outright.
down the right touch
Then it
line,
wouldn't be
being
really me
chased
doing the
back
watch along.
on the far side by
But it's on in the
Mundle,
background and we can hear what's going on.
who has just not got in the game yet.
Well, it's not. We've been in their half once, Nick, since the kickoff. Once.
Throw back from Nelson to Phillips across to Cashin. And
Yeah,
Cashin
Middlesbrough
at the back
game
of the
was
centre
class when I
circle,
watched
just
it.
rolls again to
It was
Nat
really
Phillips
good.
and out to Nelson, wide on the right. Mundle goes to close him down. It's whipped through the centre. It'll break here for Mepham and eventually Hume. Hume back to the goalkeeper. Harness is standing and staying very close to Dan Neil. The ball played out to Sirkin on the left, on a break down that left-hand side. He's still going, Sirkin, still going into the penalty area, Sirkin. He's run into Curtis Nelson, goes down, and the penalty cry is wiped away, waved away by the referee. That was some run from Sirkin, and eventually the ball bounces out for a throw to Sunderland on the left.
Excellent
in their
run.
own half.
Excellent run by Sirkin.
Good run by Sirkin, that like.
Back to
Wasn't a penalty
Patterson.
though. Aye, it sounded a good atmosphere, Flynn.
Forwards to Dan Neil then in midfield, plays it out to Sirkin on the left wing on halfway, and pokes it on to Job. Nelson's all over him. Job holds him off, and Job plays it to Dan Neil. Back to Job, then across to Mepham. On halfway, right side of the centre circle to Rigg on the right. A lash at him by Chiriwa. Rigg plays the ball back across to the left to Sirkin, then to Mundle. He's going to take on Kane Wilson here. Mundle now on the edge of the penalty area, left-hand side. He's trying to find a way past Wilson.
I thought
Done
referee
well.
Dean
It's
White.
stabbed away,
Well, I
though,
thought it said
before
Dean
it
White
reached
had there.
Job. And
Same
now
referee who
it's
refereed when we
the,
beat
Dutchman,
Sheffield Wednesday
Kenzo
4-0, by the way.
Houdman is trying to get the ball away.
Don't know if
down
anybody
into the
knows that.
Sunderland half, where it'll be
Thanks for the
picked up
subscriber.
by
Thank you
Luke
very
O'Neill and
much.
Played on to Dan Neil on halfway on the left-hand side. We played 12, nearly 13 minutes. It's 0-0 live on BBC Radio Newcastle.
I love Sirkin. I
Here's
agree that he's
Mundle
best
again trying to
full-back in
cross
the
and
league.
winning
He's
the
quality,
corner.
isn't he?
Sunderland's first corner of the game. We're getting scorelines from the studio, but
1-0.
1-0
Luton against
over
Oxford.
I was going to say it's quite quiet in the studio, but loud here, so I couldn't hear it. But you've got better hearing than me.
Huh?
And you're wearing a bobble hat.
What's that?
Sorry? Corner then from the left. Roberts will take this. Mundle's there as well. And
Come on,
a
Dennis.
huddle of players at the back of the penalty area. And Dean Whiteston again is keeping an eye because Job and Harness are being picked out here to be spoken to by Dean
What do you mean,
Whitestone.
slow down your mic, Julian? Do you mean, is it too loud?
Marcus Harness, no stranger to Sunderland, of course.
Portsmouth, wasn't
Yeah, seasons in League One with Portsmouth. He's on loan though from Ipswich.
Yeah, I'll
He
turn it
moved
down a bit. That's no
there
problem. Thanks for letting
2
us
years
know.
ago.
There we are.
Job
Turn
and
it down
he
a touch. Just let
go
me know
back
how that is.
into the fray, and they still
So
keep pushing each other.
Hello, John
and
Dudd. How's the
Harness
game
is
shaping up?
basically leaning right in.
Not much
It's
happening.
like a boxer. As the ball swept in
Oh,
by
he's-
Robertson at the
Referee,
left
you
edge
gotta-
of the 6-yard box, is whipped behind by Mepham. So despite all that talking to,
Yeah.
they're still at it. the pair of them.
Sometimes referees have got to be brave. You know, if they call it, then they won't continue doing that,
No.
holding on to players. Got no interest
Very
in the ball.
scrappy.
No, Harness was definitely trying to put Job off.
1-0 Norwich against
Into the
Leeds.
15th minute, 0-0. The centre-back's being urged away from the 6-yard box by Zetterstrom.
Thanks for the
His
subscriber
kick up
again.
to Yates,
Thank you.
headed down to Harness. He's tried to go around the back of Sirkin and has penalised Sirkin for a foul on Harness.
Cheers, Julian. Thank you.
This halfway inside the Sunderland half on the right side of central midfield. Here are the Derby fans.
Yeah.
on
And
top
again,
of the
another
North
set
Stand.
piece. You know, Phillips is as he said, he's a big lad.
Norwich 1, Leeds 0. Now Nathan is bellowing the scores in my ears. It's good to hear. Leeds, Sunderland's opponents on Friday night here at the Stadium of Light.
Yeah, and then we've got the international break again for 2 weeks.
Houdman is over the ball for the free kick. Ben Osborne, I think, as well. Houdmin puts the ball in the box, looking for Phillips. It takes a ricochet onto the roof of the net.
Certainly was questionable. We are starting slow, Tony.
Phillips.
Leeds are getting beat
He's
1-0, yeah.
6'3".
Yeah.
Don't have any links slide. You just have to have a look on the internet, mate. See if there's any about.
From Liverpool. Ben Osborne was strolling towards the corner to take the corner kick, but
you need to get somebody else out there. You can't have just one.
Yeah, it's very boring.
Roberts came across, but Houdmin looks like he's going to take the corner. Well, he is going to take the corner. Is he going to whip this in, or is he going to play it back to Osborne, who's in isolation at the left of the penalty area? It's whipped in towards the far post, headed behind by Nelson.
Another corner.
For another corner, yeah.
Coventry 1, Blackburn 0. That's a good result for us if we win tonight.
Derby corner. We're in the 17th minute. And Ben Osborne jogging across to take this on the right-hand side, away to the left, as we look down from the back of the West Stand at the north end of the stadium. Roberts just making a move towards the edge of the area, then backing off back into the 6-yard box. And again, there's a lot of bodies in the 6-yard box. It's whipped in from that far side and caught by Patterson.
Excellent.
Dropped it, but he caught it again immediately.
Be a good game,
and,
definitely.
He will kick this up through the middle, straight to Ebu Adams.
You've got to book him.
And is it Chiriwa who tried to block it?
You've got to.
He's being called back by the referee. And the referee's come right back to Anthony Patterson. And Chiriwa's been called to him.
Referee, you've got to get hold of the game.
Just spoken to.
You've got to get hold of the game.
Tawanda Chiriwa, 20 years old, on loan from Wolves, signed from Ipswich in 2023, 4 caps for Zimbabwe. And a free kick, which MACKEM is going to take at the edge of the Sunderland area. Just passes it back to Patterson. Chiriwa goes to close
I think
him
the
down.
new season store, yeah, it's class.
Who plays it
Why do we need the
Nations
League? Nations League, it's just a
puts it in the
glorified
air,
friendly, isn't it?
Towards the centre circle, bounces away from Job. Houdmin's beside him. Houdmin tries to bring it down, and now trying to flick it through for Harness and Chiriwa. And Chiriwa gets away here down the left, passes it to Osborne to cross, but over the head of Jerry Yates, and it's Mundle who's doing the tidying up. Back to Sirkin to clear up to the halfway line. Isidore went for a header, but the ball eludes him and eventually played all the way back through to the goalkeeper, who kicks it out into touch for a throw to Sunderland halfway inside the Derby half. And Sunderland cannot get any sort of momentum going.
We haven't got control of the game, have we?
Derby breaking anything up.
Hello, David Surtees. It's
together.
Very scrappy. Sunderland have not really been able to get out the blocks as yet. 18 minutes going, but when I'm
inside to Job, back onto halfway to Luke O'Nien, and O'Nien through a gap to Neil. Dan Neil now rolls it out to Mundle on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Mundle taking on Wilson, gets into the box, plays it back to Job just outside the penalty area.
Welcome,
in the
Marine.
middle, Luke O'Nien, he plays it to Trey Hume on the right, and he puts a ball into the box. Isidore sweeps a leg at it, but it's blocked by Cashin, or by Nat Phillips, and eventually out for a throw to Sunderland on the far side, the Sunderland left. And it's left for Sirkin to take this halfway inside the Derby County half.
2 shots each so far.
Nearly 20 minutes played now. And a very frustrating 20 minutes for Sunderland. Sirkin, he needs some help here. Job eventually breaks away from Houdmin. It comes back to Sirkin.
Thanks for the 2 subscribers, 2,930. I just need 70 subscribers for 3,000. Thank you.
And he brings us out.
Predictive text
to Rigg,
rubbish.
On the right side. Rigg back into the middle to Dan Neil. Dan Neil takes it on, plays it square left to Sirkin. Sirkin back to O'Nien. O'Nien now taking this on down the left of
Come on, you Rams, welcome to the channel.
He's let it slip away from him, he just keeps it in. Finds Sirkin behind him, Sirkin into the penalty area, bobbled up a little bit for him, and Derby able to get the ball clear. O'Nien checks it on the touchline to Neil. He threads it through and it will roll behind for a goal kick. So 0-0 after nearly 21 minutes. a quarter of the game almost through.
And I think it's important that Sunderland understand that they're not going to get their own way all the time. You know, you look at the start of the season, the way they control games. You know, teams are doing the homework now.
The team's exactly the same, MACKEM down south, as what it was against
Sunderland trying a high
Watford.
press. Roberts and Isidore, but Cashin whips his left foot through it and puts the ball in the east stand from the edge of the Derby penalty area. Next up for Derby on Saturday, they're at home to Queen's Park Rangers. But because, like Sunderland, they haven't drawn games this season, they've won 3 games, and that's put them comfortably in mid-table.
It's the first of the month.
Derby, here's O'Nien taking this on down the left of midfield, lays it off to Mundle, wider. He cuts back inside and then plays the ball back into the centre circle to Mepham, and Mepham out to Hume on this right-hand side, inside to Roberts. And Roberts now out to Hume again on the right. Little back heel, cheeky one from Rigg, but read by Ben Osborne in the corner. Hooks the ball away down the left, over Mepham's head, comes back down to Dan Neil. And Neil in the centre of the Derby County half.
Hello, Kevy,
Plays
you
it
alright,
again
mate?
out to the left to Sirkin. Closed down by Harness, inside to Luke O'Nien. Luke O'Nien back out to
Thanks
Sirkin
for the
on the
subscriber,
left wing.
thank you.
Inside to Mundle, and Mundle back to Dan Neil. He skips through here to the edge of the area, and he gets into the penalty area. Mundle's shot straight at the goalkeeper. First shot on target, though.
First shot on target. Didn't get a clean strike on it.
No.
God, it's a slow game at the minute, like.
So still 0-0. The Swedish keeper kicks again, long, down the left, out. Into touch for a throw to Sunderland. Hume will take this, halfway inside his own half. Here he is again, plays the ball to Luke O'Nien at the edge of the D. Pushes it on for Sirkin now, up over the halfway line. Sirkin still taking this on and out to Mundle on the left-hand side. Mundle coming on at Kane Wilson down the left of the penalty area, and having to play the ball back to Dan Neil. Yates goes to close him down. Dan Neil pulls the ball out wide left and leaves it for Mundle, and then slips it back inside to Luke O'Nien, and then to Mepham, and Mepham out wide to Roberts. And Osborne,
Come on, lads.
Chiree will go to close him down. Roberts leaves it for Mepham at the front of the centre circle. He finds Luke O'Nien, and O'Nien now on the left wing to Mundle. And Mundle, Harness in front of him, takes him on, comes round him, and Mundle slips it to Roberts, who leaves it for Luke O'Nien. The corner of the penalty area on the left-hand side. Roberts inside to Job, and the ball whipped off him by Ibu Adams. And Adams, the Gambian international, goes away on that far side to be tackled by Job for a throw to Derby. Cardiff the last couple of years. Ibu Adams had a loan at the end of last season at Derby.
Tony Emerson, it's games like this where we go 1-0 down and struggle to get back into it. This is what we've got to change. If we want to get up this season, we can't do that. It's as simple as that.
Derby,
we just can't.
Yellow and black, yellow shirts, black shorts with a flash of yellow. The ball comes back to Phillips, and then Cashin, and across here on the left-hand side to Osborne. Ben Osborne up to halfway, wide on the left, just looking for options, slips it to Truiwa, and then into the middle where Houdman is tackled. Rigg gets it through here now to Mundle. Mundle trying to slip the ball into space. There's nobody there. No free kick as he goes down, says the referee. And the goalkeeper had gathered the ball and is bolted out wide now to Wilson. Kane Wilson on the far side.
Oh, he's going to get booked. He's going to get booked.
Run into Sirkin. It's a free kick to Derby. The referee has booked Sirkin.
Yeah.
Sick,
Took
man.
his shirt, didn't he?
I'll turn the volume up on the commentary, but hold on, mate.
In the 26th minute. First yellow card of the season for
everything's full
Sirkin.
volume here, mate. Try and check your sound settings. Can everybody else hear all the commentary okay? And myself?
Says he's got to be a little bit more sensible, if you like.
Until January.
He's going to have to do well. It's 19 games, isn't it? And we're only on the 8th.
Yeah,
Good
not
luck
allowed to
with
do
that,
it,
Trey.
mate. Can't stream the
I
game,
wonder what the
I'm
odds
afraid,
are.
Brandon. Have a look on Google, see
So
if you can
this free
find
kick
one.
then for Derby, just inside the Sunderland half. Jobe, a one-man wall. It's Howdman who's going to whip this into Patterson's hands. I gathered that comfortably enough. It was easy for Patterson. Just rolls the ball to
Cheers, folks.
Dan Neil. Plays it out again to Dennis Sirkin.
Just check your sound settings, Edward, whatever device you're listening to.
So far
Marine Fish, keep it slow. Check your sound settings, Marine.
It's still been frustrating.
It seems to be
Dan
fine for
Neil
everybody.
gets through the middle now. Gets away from Yates. He's in the centre circle, trying to find Rigg. It's cut out by Chiriwa, and he in his own half lays it off back behind to Curtis Nelson, to Howdman, and then back to Cashin, across to Nelson.
There we are. I'll try that. Let me know how that is.
Closed down immediately by Sirkin, who's trying to stab the ball away. Wilson leaves it for Howdman, gets it inside to Harness, who plays it back to the goalkeeper.
It's very scrappy
Kicks
CS
it out to
dude,
Ben
to be honest with you.
Osborne, Hume on his shoulder, forwards to Chiriwa, Neil behind him. The ball whipped on again by Osborne. Luke O'Nian's got this covered. Marcus Harness is going through the centre. O'Nian passes it back.
It's like a scrappy League One game at the moment,
Patterson
to be honest with you. So
plays it out on the right here to MACKEM.
Thanks for the subscriber.
Taking this on now, straight to Cashin though. Now looking for Yates, runs into Dan Neil. Neil digs the ball out.
Well done, Dan Neil.
Good tackle. Finds Jobe. Jobe now up on the halfway line on the left-hand side. Looks for Mundle on the left wing. Mundle's got his head down. He's going to take this on down the left of the penalty area. Loses Wilson for a minute. Now is going to come back again past him in the penalty area. Lovely back heel for Sirkin to chip into the point of Jobe.
Oh, he's going to score.
Jobe just heads it round the post. Lovely move, and Jobe a bit unlucky.
Excellent back heel by Mundle. Good delivery by
Sirkin.
Jobe's got the old goal. He's got to hit the target with that header.
Come on, Jobe, man. Crikey. Should have buried that, son.
Should he have done better? I think there's an argument that he should, because he wasn't under any particular pressure.
No. Here we go.
Hit the target and it was 1-0.
Yeah.
But good play.
I thought he'd scored on Saturday in a similar position, but he headed it wide.
Yeah.
And that's actually arguably an easier chance.
Come on, Jobe, man. Should have done better than that.
Remains 28 minutes played now. And Derby have a throw on his left-hand side, just down from
a terrible header.
Regis Lebris.
Terrible header.
Cashin's going to take it.
He had the whole goal to the keeper's left.
And he plays it, throws it back to Nat Phillips on the left, who's taking it into the centre. Closed down by Isidore, out wide to Wilson, and he crashes off Sirkin for a throw to Derby. Curtis Nelson, former Blackpool centre half, began his career at Stoke, 31 years old now. Here's Cashin, out to Nelson, down the line to Wilson. He's given the ball away to Jobe, but they've won it back, Derby. And Nelson steers it back to the goalkeeper, who kicks high in the air, and it's just kept in by Wilson. And now with Howdman, and he's looking for the run of Wilson, but it's going to be a goal kick. Luke O'Nian just making sure it runs behind.
Goalkeeper's down.
Yeah, Jacob Zetterstrom sitting down in the Derby penalty area. The physios come on. I'm not sure what that's all about. Players taking a breather. So, a frustrating opening half an hour for Sunderland. They've had a couple of half chances, Mundle and Jobe, but Derby, Harness will feel that he perhaps should have done better, but it was a very good save from Patterson early in the game after 4 minutes. Sunderland trying to find a way of breaking Derby down, who actually are very well organised and they've come here with a plan.
Slowly but surely they're starting to get into the game.
Yeah,
Sunderland starting to get that ball, especially down that left-hand side, Sirkin and Mundle.
Goalkeeper still receiving treatment.
Man.
Lots of talking going on from the coaches to the
You're welcome,
respective
Paul. You're
groups
welcome.
of players down on the touchline.
I just think that want to come off the goalkeeper. His kicking's
CS
been
dude,
poor.
thank you very much for that donation, mate. Thank you.
He's up on his feet again.
Appreciated. Cheers for that. Thank you.
I can't see any signs of them readying the second keeper, Josh Vickers, who moved to Derby from Rotherham with Paul Warne. The referee calling all the players back out into the centre so play can resume. Patterson's got the ball at the moment, and the Swedish goalkeeper looks like he's going to continue. Patterson just takes the ball in his right hand and places it down at the corner, left corner of his 6-yard box, and Dean Whitestone says, right, come on, and Patterson moves the ball a couple of yards along the 6-yard line.
Goal kick.
It's going to be frustrating games, isn't it?
Because usually we play out from the back.
Goodness me,
everybody's up in a small area just inside the
picking up a little
Derby
bit.
half on the left.
Tactics from Derby though.
Who just keeps it in.
We start to pick the game
he's
up.
under pressure from Wilson behind him, who's trying to push him over, and then eventually does. It's a free kick to Sunderland. Just back inside.
Every time Sunderland want to pick the pace up, I can just sense Derby's going to want to slow it again by
moan about something to the referee. Luke O'Nien's going to take the free kick, floats it over towards this right-hand side. Chiriwa brings it down on his chest and loses it to Rigg. Whips it off him. Mundell's calling for it in the penalty area. Mundell's shot! Oh, just whistles past the right post. He'll feel he probably should have done better.
You can see what he was trying to do. You've got to hit the target.
2 chances now.
Good pass by Rigg.
Yeah.
What is the matter?
So you've got to hit the target. He had that much time, he could have had a touch.
Yeah, again, he probably had more time than he thought.
It's going to be one of them nights, isn't it?
The ball up the other end, in the middle, nodded down to Yates. Chiriwa trying to get his foot round it, but it's going to come through to Mepham, who plays it out, passes it out now. And it's picked up by Roberts on the right-hand side. Oh, and it's lost again here. One back by Mepham, now Dan Neil. And he tried to clear it. Osborne blocked it now with Houdmin. And Houdmin plays it back to Nelson. Nelson down the right touch line to Kane Wilson to cross. And Mepham got in front of Jerry Yates and gets the ball out. And Job holds off Houdmin, gets the ball back to Sirkin, who hooks it up towards the halfway line. And now with Mundell, who's fouled. Free kick to Sunderland.
Cheers, Marie.
On their left,
hello,
inside
Bon,
their own
how
half.
you doing?
12 minutes till half-time.
We're slowly getting into the game, mate.
Still awaiting the first goal in this game. Mepham here on the right-hand side. Plays it out to Roberts in front of Regis Lebris. Looks for the run of Isidore down the right side of the penalty area, holding off Nat Phillips and being forced out to the touchline. Phillips lunges in, the ball breaks for Roberts, who slips it inside to Hume, but he tried to get the return ball to Roberts, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
Good run from Isidore into the channel. Good outlet.
0-0 live on BBC Radio Newcastle. Sunderland in their red and white, Derby in their yellow. Here's their goalkeeper, Zetterstrom. Just decided to move the ball from where he first put it down on the 6-yard line for this goal kick. All the players gravitate towards the east stand on halfway. And Zetterstrom in his protective headgear kicks fairly centrally, actually. O'Nien heads it down to Job, finds Neil, stabbed away by Nelson, all the way back to Mepham. And here Hume on the right wing, inside to Rigg, back to Mepham. Mepham just nearly caught by Yates, held him off, or moved the ball away from Yates and gets it out to Rigg, and it's given away. Job trying to win it back again.
Hit the 100 likes,
Houdmin has got it in the centre circle. Rigg sticks a leg out. Chiriwa trying to find Yates, cut out by Hume to Job. Job now trying to shake off the Dutchman Houdmin. Back it comes to Luke O'Nien. He's got Harness on his shoulder. O'Nien managed to get the ball away, and Harness, I think, is going to be penalised here for a yellow card. Foul on O'Nien.
Frustrating.
O'Nien tried to clear.
Yeah. Do you call that good play?
It's this whole playing out from the back thing, isn't it?
Yeah. When it comes off, Nick, fantastic.
Yeah, when it doesn't, suddenly find yourself in all sorts of trouble.
Sean, I know. Well, I says it depends on Sunderland.
The statistics.
If this is the new Sunderland, they've got to win this tonight.
Patterson with the ball at his feet then.
If we don't, people are going to say
10 minutes of the first
same
half.
Same old Sunderland. We haven't gone further forward at all.
Patterson's kick right through the middle, looking for Isidore. Phillips is all over him. The referee doesn't give anything. Harness taps it back to Houdman. Now Nelson to Houdman again, and out on the far side Wilson. Back to Nelson. Hooks it up to the halfway line. Yates heads it over O'Nien, but it drops for Mepham. And Yates is still down. Referee's blown.
That's what I mean. Derby County players are just going to go down and down and down and down. They want to try and slow the game.
Yates is still down, and the referee, a word with Luke O'Nien, is going to see what the situation
their
is.
Their victory tonight
is just
it's going to be a point at the stadium. That's
almost
what
on the halfway line.
Of course, win, of course, but.
And this pause in play again, and the play's just been very broken up, hasn't it, in the last 10 minutes?
Do you stop play because of that?
Luton 2, Oxford 0.
I thought it was if you've got a head injury.
I thought it was his head injury. Then
there's no nothing wrong with that Derby play at all. No. Totally agree with Gary Bennett.
A drop ball. Yates being ushered away by Dean Whitestone, arguing about something. The referee having a word with Luke O'Nien, drops the ball at his feet. He passes it to Dan Neil on the halfway line on the right. Yates goes straight in. The ball played back to Mepham. And Mepham in the centre circle. Now going to play it out to Sirkin on the left-hand side. Sirkin back to O'Nien. O'Nien through to Isidore. He's come all the way back to halfway almost and leaves it for O'Nien. And O'Nien to Sirkin. And back to Patterson. Patterson to Mepham. And he's going to lift it over the top, looking for the run of Hume. And Isidore's made a good run down the right of the penalty area. He's tried to crash it past Phillips, who blocked it. And Osborne lost it here, has he? Rigg trying to get on the end of it, but it's rolled away from him. Cleared out to Neil. Now Jobe. Jobe leaves it for Sirkin. Sirkin out to Mundle on the left. And Mundle on the left touchline. Wilson as ever in front of him. And Mundle trying to get round him and being forced out. And Mundle trying to turn and then just pushes it down the left touchline to Sirkin, who comes back with it to Mundle. And Mundle back to O'Nien. And O'Nien out again to Mundle on the left. Inside to Dan Neil. Neil to Sirkin on the left. And now the cross, but it's going to come down to Cashin to clear.
Great ball. That is a great ball.
It was right down the throats, but as you say, nobody there, was there? Throw to Sunderland then. On the left, 12 yards from the corner. Sirkin will take. Jobe and Mundle across there.
Oh, definitely need changes, definitely, Peter.
Cardiff 1, Millwall 0.
Derby, it's been mostly Sunderland the last 20 minutes.
Mepham to Hume. Hume forwards, now Rigg. Lovely dummy, let it run past him. Cashin tried to get back. Rigg got the ball in the penalty area. Derby get it clear. Out to Chiriwa on the left here. He's trying to cut inside. Neil stabbed it away. Great challenge. And now with Rigg, Rigg plays it to Sirkin. Sirkin on the left of midfield out to Mundle wide. And Mundle now taking on Wilson again down the left of the penalty area. Tries across, low ball into the box. Isidore let it run through, trying to flick it through. Roberts and Rigg were in the box, but it didn't reach either of them. And Derby get it clear. And Sunderland suddenly getting closer here.
Yeah.
Mepham now in the centre circle. And he just pauses for a moment, plays it through the middle. Dan Neil, Houdwin, tackles him, but it breaks in the end for Jobe. Jobe urged to shoot, he does!
Oh! Get in!
25 yards out, Jobe!
Get in!
Rockets one in, past Zetterstrom.
Get in!
And Sunderland take the lead.
Come on!
What a strike that is.
What a shot. There was a
Get in!
Shoot, and Jobe did.
Excellent.
Again, we won the ball high up, Nick.
Wait till you see this rocket. Wait till you see this rocket.
Fantastic goal.
Yeah, perfect height. Keeper grasping thin air, and
Watch
Sunderland
this.
make that breakthrough. We said just a moment ago that they were getting closer.
Bang,
In the
pick
end,
that
it
out,
came from
Onion
25
Bag.
yards out, but it was a sweet strike from Joe. And
but again, you look at that, and then you look at, you know, last season when we talked about Sunderland, especially around that 18-yard box, one of the things which we didn't do enough of was take shots. It's a great strike.
Just
what you got to do.
for him.
If Derby are trying to get everybody behind
well, Joe. His first goal
behind
of the
ball.
season. And Sunderland, with 5 minutes till half-time, make the breakthrough. So what will Derby do now? Now they've gone a goal behind. Will they change things? From the kick-off, it's played all the way back by Adams to the goalkeeper. Long kick clearance from him. Mepham kicks it up to Isidore on the halfway line. He lays it off to Mundle. Back to Jobe, the goal scorer. Marcus Harness on his shoulder. Jobe swings it back through to Mepham. And Mepham now bringing this up to the halfway line through the centre circle. Out wide to Hume. And Hume slips it inside to Rigg. Rigg to Hume again. Adams on his shoulder. Chiriwa gets his foot to it.
Derby were gone for the defence. They were gone for the
trying
point
to break
there.
forwards. Jobe has gone with him. It's played out to Wilson on the right wing. Wilson down the right line. Mundle's gone back. Mundle's trying to track Wilson and then trips him. Free kick to Derby County.
Another decision making there, Nick. You've run that far back, then you're thinking,
push him out.
Yeah, you've done all the hard work. Stand him up.
What a strike!
So critical period. There's a few minutes before half-time, having just taken the lead. Ben Osborne over on the far side to take the free kick for Derby County. And Roberts.
It was a spray
applied just in front of him.
Concentration here, Nick. You know you're going to be looking for.
Well, Phillips is there, isn't it? Cashin, the two centre-back. Nelson's the three centre-backs through there on the penalty spot. There's four of them lined up. Wilson's in there as well. In comes the corner. It's headed away by Sirkin to Harness just outside the penalty area. Mundle get foot to it. Howman actually steers it then to Ben Osborne, who comes back and turns and tries to hook one up to the edge of the penalty area. It bounces here through to Chiriwa, and he shoots, and it's palmed away by Patterson for a corner.
Well done, Anthony Patterson.
Sharp reaction.
But a great reaction, because they're expecting a pass, a shot there. And I think Trey Hume done well as well, because he's gone to make a challenge and he's pulled his leg away. If he would have made a challenge there, he could have given a penalty away. Yeah. But good reaction by Patterson.
So, corner in the 44th minute for Derby. Howman plays it back short to Osborne, who crosses, and it's headed out. But Harness will run onto this as a player down. It's a head injury, surely. And the referee's going to stop it. And is it Yates? No, it's not Yates. He's sitting up. I mean, he's obviously okay.
Massive thanks to
I think Mepham took a bit of a
22 watching in the
stream
stream tonight.
They both appear to be okay.
Welcome to the watch along, the commentary from myself and Ben Barnsley.
Derby sizing it up as though they got a free kick, but it's going to be a drop ball. The referee stopped it because it was a head injury. He's coming back out now.
Don't forget, hit the subscribe button if you are new. We've got 420 odd people in here.
Flicked up by
hit
Harness
that like
to the
button
referee.
as well if you can.
There's only about across Kenzo Howman.
Minute left.
Referee having a word with him.
I would say 2 or 3 minute stoppages though.
45. How much time will we add on? The stoppage to for the injury, well, whatever was wrong with the keeper at one stage. Zetterstrom. Fourth official, Thomas Parsons.
Hello, Andrew Baker.
Waits at the side of the pitch. The ball played up into the penalty area, headed away by Jobe, and then headed behind by Roberts for another Derby corner, their fifth corner of the first half, and we will have 3 minutes.
Thanks, Skipper. Welcome, mate. Click the subscribe button if you're new, mate. Much appreciated. Cheers, pal.
On the left with this again.
Thank you for the subscriber.
Yeah, they've changed it now, haven't they?
Welcome along, Gipper 1973.
Four of them on the edge of the box who now make a break into the penalty area. Osborne floats the ball towards Phillips at the far post, and the ball caught off the head of Phillips by Patterson.
Well done, Pato.
2.5 minutes of the 3 left.
Ah, you know, the old strips of class on
everybody move upfield. Mepham still back. O'Nine's at the edge of the area. Yates and Chiriwa are still there, but now the defence moves up to the halfway line, leaving Yates on his own in the middle of the Sunderland half. Derby trailing 1-0 to that Job goal in the 40th minute.
That's what Sunderland have to do.
From Job.
They're trying to get everybody behind the ball, Derby. Have a shot if you get a sniff of goal. Have a shot. Look what happens. The score.
That was a big kick, wasn't it?
Brian Gomery, first time listener. How are you doing, mate? Welcome along. I'm on holiday in Rhodes. Enjoy the sunshine. 2-1 QPR. Hull, says Peter.
Down the line from Nelson, put out by Job for another throw to Derby. Nelson again will take this, and back it goes to Nat Phillips. And he plays it to Cashin and out to Osborne on this left-hand side. And Osborne checks, looking for options.
Thanks for the 3 subscribers. Thank you very much.
Yates or Chiriwa, but it's dropped for Mepham, who hooks it back over the halfway line. Headed back to Hume. Roberts just in front of him, inside then to Rigg. Turns so lovely and just loses Adams, and away on the left hand side to Sirkin. He's blocked by Wilson, and then Wilson's deemed to have fouled Sirkin. Free kick in the 48th minute, last minute of the first half to Sunderland. Mundell's going to take it.
Managing the game now till half time, Nick.
Yeah, they've got to, they don't want to, the last thing they want to do is throw that away.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Cheers,
They've
mate.
worked hard enough to get the lead.
Living Forest Dean.
Frustrated by Derby through the first half.
It's not just commentary in the background, it's me having a banter as well, having a bit crack on, I can watch along.
By Hume back to Neil in the centre circle.
No, I think Gary's talking about replying to somebody.
Floated up towards Mepham, who heads it down looking for Isidore, but headed
Colin.
away by Phillips, only as far as Roberts. And Roberts now on his left foot puts a ball in the box. It drops almost to Isidore. He's frustrated, he's on his knees. The half-time whistle's blown.
That's half-time.
Sunderland will go in leading 1-0.
Has he taken a knock
there? I think he got a knock when he tried to head the ball then, Isidore. He's crouched down in the Derby penalty area. One of his teammates has just crouched over him. Luke O'Nien, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And on comes medical help for Luke, who can now leave Isidore alone because he's having professional attention, medically wise. So that was ultimately, it's turned out to be a good first half for Sunderland, with Job's goal in the 40th
Thanks
minute.
A lot,
but they were made to work for it.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'd do without your lads. I don't have a dodgy box.
You know, they've started on the front foot, Derby, but slowly but surely we
and a lot
played
of
our way
into
the game, and you've got to say what an excellent strike by Job.
Playing the radio, and that's all he's doing. He's not commentating.
Well, I am. He's walking off. I think he's holding a pad to his head.
And letting the commentators go on in the background. I wouldn't do that.
Up on his feet and he's walking back towards the dressing rooms at half time. I think the interesting thing now is going to be how Derby approach the second half, and gone a goal down.
Because I try and interact with everybody as much as I can
in the second half, to start in the second half, to start the game
right. I'm not going to just let
Derby to start on the front foot again,
playing in the background,
put them under pressure. Again, we've weathered the storm. Slowly but surely we started to get back into the game and started to create chances, especially on that left-hand side, Nick, between Mundell and Sirkin. They've got a good partnership there. You know, that's where we're getting a lot of success.
So, for the second half, I don't envisage any changes, obviously, until later in the game. Brown may well come on for Rigg, because I think if they keep one, or they can get two up, then Reggie Lebris will surely start to manage the game in terms also of Friday's game against Leeds.
Yeah. Well, Reggie Lebris, what he'll be saying to the players in there, he said, we need that second goal. And we've always said that you need that little bit of a
Oh,
cushion.
we do need that second.
You know, we've had a couple of good opportunities there. Mundell's had a good chance.
Not need that second.
Job's had a good chance with the header as well. He could have had 2 already. So when them opportunities come up, it's got to be important that we do take them.
The first half early on, Sirkin started making inroads. He looked like to be the most obvious to try and get something in behind Derby. Mundell got more involved in the game then. He started to find his feet a little bit.
Thanks to the subscribers, 2,940. I just need 60 more subscribers to hit 3,000. That is mental.
But you've got to say,
thanks very much.
You've got to give credit to Derby County. They started the game at a good tempo, intensity.
Thanks, Bong. You're welcome, mate.
And
Crackers 22, yeah, it's good to have a bit crack on, isn't it?
The storm, and then slowly we started to get into the game, and the likes of Rig and Mundell started to get into the game and cause 1 or 2 problems.
There we go. I'll put the mic up. There we go.
Well,
sorry about that.
What can you say about that finish? It was interesting because he got on the ball in midfield, and all the crowd at the Roker was saying shoot, and he did. 25 yards, sailed in past Zetterstrom. Lovely finish from him.
Yeah, great strike.
Crackers Canning 2, mic up slightly. Leeds and Sporting letting me down on me bet.
From around the penalty area, because it pays off. You know, they do get some success from it.
Correct.
And it's something a little bit different.
Yeah, you know, usually we try to walk the ball,
too right, Andrew.
Walk the ball into the net, but
MACKEM down south. Yeah, thanks for that, mate. This is the best channel for Sunderland games. Thank you.
1-0 to Sunderland.
When have you made a lasting impression? Gilly from Frostley, yours happened at work, yeah?
My son had dropped me off. 2 customers shouted, Gilly!
Right, we'll just, that's the adverts. Well, yeah, I mean, I do talk myself. Thanks, Amadeus. But, you know, I'm not going to just let the commentary play without me chatting. If I ever got stopped, that I wasn't allowed to play the commentary, then I would just copy word for word through my earpiece what the commentators are saying. So you'll still get it, but it'll be me just repeating word for word what the commentators are saying. So you won't miss a kick. I can guarantee you that now. But hopefully it's all good. I'm not doing any harm. Terry's a good lad. He's spot on eye. But it's just showing you the highlights again. Oh yeah, Mundell. We should be 3-0 up. Yeah. Derby looks. Every team's dangerous as long as we're only 1 goal up. Do you know what I mean? Just looking at that goal again. That's the way to do it. If they're parking the bus, have a strike. Just gets better every time I see that goal. Beautiful. There's no keeper stopping that. Joe Bellingham, quality. No issues heaving the accent, living 700 miles from home. Yes, need a second goal. Derby dangerous. Yeah, 400 people listening. Still better than Terry. Terry's a good lad. Brownie, he's good crack, Terry. Don't jinx it, Janet. Sunderland now top with 18 points. Colin Major, not feeling too good today, Stuart. Are you coming down with a bug or something, mate? Originally from Upper Weardale, used to take the bus to games in the 60s. CABBIE, MACKEM down south. This is the best channel for Sunderland games. The other channels talk too much for my liking. Don't change what you're doing. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've just got to have a bit of banter at times. I can't just let the commentary play on non-stop like I say. The Skunks have scored another time. They're playing Wimbledon, aren't they? So here's the half times. Burnley 1, Plymouth 0. Cardiff 1, Millwall 0. Coventry 1, Blackburn 0. Luton Town 2, Oxford 1. Norwich 1, Leeds 0. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Hull 2. Sunderland 1, Derby 0. West Brom 0. Middlesbrough 0. And the games to play tomorrow, it'll be Preston, Watford, and the scores have gone off, but there we go. Dortmund 4, Celtic 1. Celtic never do anything, do they? Borough holding West Brom, doing us a favour. Yeah, but we've got to do our job here. That's without a shadow of a doubt.
Try to spring people like Harness forward, and but as the half went on, they just sank deeper and deeper and deeper, and we got more and more possession. So couple of half chances. Sirkin and Mundle down the left-hand side doing a lot of damage. Rig just starting to get the ball, as it's breaking in tackles and creating a little bit of mischief. But yeah, it's been. You can see it being quite comfortable if they keep doing the jobs well.
So a similar question to the one I put to Anderson: if they were to get a second goal, you'd be pretty confident that they would be able to see the game out.
It's $4.99.
Yeah, Derby. I mean, there's always the opportunity as an away team that you try and keep it at 1-0 and then bring a couple of substitutes on, freshen it up, and go for it big in the last 15
hope you start feeling better
but,
soon.
I think Sunderland are in a position here where
I hope you feel better
the more possession we have, the deeper they get, the ball's going to just fall, and hopefully we get the chances as we've done in previous games this season. But two very different sides. Sunderland,
Terry
building,
Janet, he's a good lad.
Trying to be patient.
Get on with Terry.
In the box.
Spot on.
A couple of times we haven't quite.
He hasn't got a bad word for anyone as our Terry.
A few times we've been a little bit. Like
John Dudsud, I used to get the bus from you to Neckcliff to watch Sunderland. Does anyone remember Martindale's coaches? I remember the Jolly Bus.
But all in all,
also like your input appearances on BBC Radio.
In a Sunderland shirt that's impressed
with
you
the MACKEM Cabbie's cat.
Well, again, Mundle, he's just. We obviously go to that side a lot. But he's got a lot of tricks. He's keeping possession. When it gets a little bit too tight, he's rolling it. And
just putting the mute on because there's a bit of music playing in the background. I've just got to be careful. We need to keep doing our thing, but I'd quite like Borough to help tonight, yeah? Martindale is still running match days, John, apparently. So someone's saying we're half time. 3 or 4 times in the first half we put the ball in, just seems no one's there, like they're all hanging back. I'm not bothered if we're putting balls shooting from that far out and scoring, that'll do me. You predicted 3-1, they better get going second half. Called Pemberton, I think Borough will finish higher than West Brom. Happy at half time, says Flynn. Colin the Major, 3 or 4-0, hey Cabbie. Surely Carlisle's not losing again. Surely not. Oh my God, Carlisle getting hammered again at home. Be hunted. I predict a whopping 2-0 to Sunderland. Ricky scores. Did Isidore pick up a knock there? Hopefully. I don't think, hopefully not. I don't think he is, no. Oh my God. I think Rusin, I do think Isidore's alright though. Sunderland need to keep this good start up. Of course they do. Just fell off the bar stool. $12 a half. SeaWorld. Maybe see Brown on second half. Absolutely. Hopefully Hume doesn't get booked for Leeds on Friday. No, we don't want that. Does Aaron start? Yep, he's proven to be a good manager. Rusin is not good enough. Rather play Ogunsui. Yeah, I think he's just off the pace, isn't he, Rusin? Thanks, Gary Hoyle.
And Torino,
and we're back.
And it's unchanged Sunderland team this evening.
I think
in
Sunderland's going to get promoted this season, and if we do, it's going to be a hard battle to steal. But if we play the way we are, I think we might just have a chance. We need to concentrate on one game at a time. I hope we do go up, absolutely. But we do need a second goal. If we get a second goal,
pushing the ball back
that would really
into the
damage them, I think.
Headed away as it's pumped up forwards again by Derby County, and a free kick awarded to Sunderland. O'Nien takes the free kick and just whipped it across the field to Trey Hume on that right-hand side.
Okay, I'll turn it up, sorry.
And back then to Mepham, who plays it back to Patterson in his light green at the edge of the Sunderland penalty area.
There we go, I've turned it right up. Hope you can hear that now.
Job, Isidore will try and run onto this, but it runs back to the goalkeeper and he passes it out, and it's kicked on down that left Derby side for a throw to Sunderland, which Hume will take eventually. He finds Roberts, gets back out to Hume in the challenge on Roberts, then Neil lays it back off to Luke O'Nien, and he passes it to Sirkin on this left-hand side.
Thanks for the 2 subscribers,
Sirkin
thank you.
Back to O'Nien inside the Sunderland penalty area, and a longer clearance out to Roberts. Just merely taps it back quite casually from the touchline to Hume, and then he gives the ball away to Wilson on this right side, who taps it behind him to Howdwin, and down the right again to Kane Wilson. He just lost control of it, ran from underneath his foot.
Celtic's terrible in Europe.
By Luke
League competition in the Scottish Premier League, is there?
So Sirkin then to take this throw on the left-hand side for Sunderland, who lead by that Job goal in the 40th minute, and some strike that was. Good 25 yards out. Mundle trying to break through the middle. And, what's the referee seen there?
Foul off the ball.
Job looked frustrated by the decision, whatever it was, or whatever it was for. It's a Derby free kick, just inside
that was
the
a free kick for
Sunderland half on the right-hand side. Ben Osborne is going to take it. Players 22, 23 yards out. Mundle's keeping an eye on Harness. He's now been left to be marshalled by Dan Neil. The ball floated in and headed out. Isidore fouled.
Well done, Isidore. Well done, Wilson.
Well done, Wilson.
As he went to get the ball.
Wilson! Wilson!
Just short of the centre circle.
Thanks for the 2 subscribers. Amazing, thank you.
To Sunderland. It's a fair breeze blowing.
It is. It's picking up.
Actually. And out to Hume on the right side. And back to Mepham. Back again to Patterson. And it's passed out. Harness nearly won it back. And it's eventually up on towards the halfway line.
Love the set pieces.
Sirkin on this left-hand side, out to Mundle, back to O'Nien. And try to get it through the middle. It's back through Nelson to the goalkeeper.
Coventry 2, Blackburn 0.
Then still to Sunderland.
We do need a second goal.
Second
half time, yeah, average 1-0 up. Oh, and the commentary's just gone off.
BBC Sounds.
Oh, we're coming back on.
Did you know you can access the whole world of BBC content through most smart speakers?
Roberts on the far side.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you heard a burst of music then, but we did, and I'm not sure what that was all about.
I don't know.
It's a foul anyway on the right to Chris Rigg, just inside the Derby County half.
There's bugs in there.
It's quickly taken the free kick, and it's been worked across to the left-hand side again to Sirkin, back to O'Nien on the halfway line. Now with Mepham, Mepham out wide again to Patrick Roberts, third of the way inside the Derby half. Roberts.
We never beat Coventry, do we? We never, like Swansea, we never beat them either.
Back to him, he plays it back to Patterson.
They're a horrible side to play against.
Out to O'Nien again, and O'Nien to Neil, back to Mepham. And
it's like you're almost guaranteed more points every season off them.
The start of the second half. We played 5 minutes, and they're frustrating Derby now. Sunderland hold all the cards, of course, leading 1-0 at the moment. Here's Sirkin, and it's back to O'Nien, looking for Rigg and Neil. Here's Neil again through the middle, looking for the lovely run of Isidore into the penalty area on his left at the edge of the 6-yard box. It's swung off the defender. It's has it? No, it hasn't. Or has it? No, it was a
good
goal kick.
Yeah, excellent build-up. That's where you need a little bit of composure, shall we say. Be calm there.
Oh, Wilson, he snatched at that, didn't he, Wilson Isidore?
Worked it well. Got onto his. It's on his weak side, I would say. On his left.
We've all done this in the playing fields.
Got to hit the target. Work the goalkeeper.
Right.
There we go.
The goalkeeper's thrown the ball down at the edge of his area.
Whoops.
Must have been, yeah. I wonder if that was the case.
Yeah, Coventry always come good to there or thereabouts, aren't they?
Down the right, Job trying to head it on. It's on the left, Mundle trying to get away, and Houdmin slid in and puts the ball out for a throw. Sirkin will take this, and just to highlight the predicament that you find yourself in, Benno, this absence of a radiator. Ian Smith, our former rugby union commentator, has got the log burner on. It's toasty. He's just saying, toughen up, you two. Well, I'm not. In all honesty, Smithy,
customers will be restless.
It's not me. It's not me.
It's nothing to do with me.
Huh?
It's Benno. It's
Barnesy.
No,
he's older. His age is catching up with him.
You've got the radiator. I'm okay. I'm fine. The one that's left, you have. And
I'll ask you in 2 or 3 weeks' time if you're fine.
So we'll see. Also suggested that maybe you ought to put a £1 reward up for the return of the radiator. As Derby try and work the ball down the right, but it's won back by Sunderland. It's slipped into Mundle again. Strong tackle by Adams, who's hurt himself in so doing. Job has the ball. The referee's letting play go on. Chiriwa tried to knock the ball forwards. It goes out, and now Adams can receive treatment. Ibu Adams.
Luton to Oxford too. What's a good comeback, that man.
Inside the Sunderland half. He's nursing his right ankle by the looks of things from that challenge.
I won't be getting any tips in my taxi.
Yeah, self-inflicted.
Yes, it was. He's back up on his feet.
Thanks for the subscriber.
And
I picked up a lass born and bred from Sunderland today in my taxi.
Standing over
really
him.
nice couple. This lass. I didn't get a tip off her.
Juggling the football down.
She waited for a 20p change. I was good.
Sunderland. Leading by that Job goal in the
Charlie
first half.
Wykes, yeah.
We're live on BBC Radio Newcastle. We're in the 54th minute. Job's fouled now. And it's been a stop-start, not a very good start to the second half in terms of free-flowing football.
But we need that second goal, Nick. We always say that, don't we?
Yeah.
You know, they're still in the game.
Really make it comfortable, yeah. But, here's Mepham. And it's played up to the halfway line. And out to the left, Mundle into the penalty area. He tries a low side, put it in!
Wilson!
Get in!
He's got in!
Get in!
To double the lead, just as you say they need the second goal. They get that
second
goal. And it's Wilson Isidore, 2 in 2.
Wilson
Isidore.
But again, you know, you've got to give credit to Mundle.
Yeah.
You know, he's been excellent since he's come into the team. He's been a threat every time, but a great play again by Mundle. He's just fired it across there, and there was Isidore, and that's what we've been missing. Yes. You know, how many times have we seen situations like that and we've had nobody on the end of it? Isidore is a player who gambles. We've seen his goal at the weekend. that was another one. He's just gambled, hoping the ball was going to come there. It was delivered, and he was at the end of it. That's 2 in 2.
Get in.
He was pumping the air, trying to whip up the supporters.
Well, he's a character, isn't
he? He is.
He is. And credit to him, he works hard. His retention of the ball's good. And when it's in there, I tell you what, that 6-yard box, that's what you're looking for, aren't we?
So that's the second goal that you were speaking about. And they've got that now. And here the ball comes back to the goalkeeper. So 2-0 down now, Derby. Sunderland in control of the game.
You know, if we can get the third, Nick, then that's when you can start making substitutions.
That's when you start thinking about more closely about what happens on Friday, doesn't it? And the game against Leeds, for which, of course, we will have full commentary. Ball played back by Nat Phillips to Aaron Cashin. And then it's played out again by Phillips to Wilson on this right-hand side. Now, the other thing, fundamentally, of course, is that Sunderland will want to keep a clean sheet. Out comes Patterson and catches across.
Excellent. That's
easily.
That's good goalkeeping. That's commanding. That's what you call commanding your box.
Sorry.
And now the ball rolled to Luke O'Neill. To Job, who's got a foot on the ball, but straight to Osborne, out to Wilson, who's tackled by Sirkin, and away goes Mundell again on the left-hand side. He whips a ball, great ball across to Roberts at the corner of the penalty area on the right, and now he's going to try and weave in on his left. It's stabbed away by Osborne, only as far as Hume. Down the right again, looking for Rigg, but Derby get it clear again on that far side, and it's played back to Mepham, and now O'Neill, and now wide on the left again to Mundell, and Mundell here to O'Neill, who's found Neil on the left. He rolls it to Sirkin, but it just came off him a little bit too harshly, and Derby able to get the ball away. And here on the right, Nelson trying to play it through. It's intercepted by Neil, but it runs to Harness. And Harness now to Chiriwa in the centre.
Had to be done, didn't it?
And now over on the far side, it's picked up by Osborne. Luton 2, Oxford 2. Luton were 2-0 up in that game. Oxford have pulled 2 goals back. 2-2. Free kick to...
just being booked.
Who was booked? Mepham.
No, is it Mepham?
Yeah, it's walking away back into the penalty area. Yeah. It's a free kick to Derby on the far side.
Apparently the pre-match show was superb.
Yeah, he's just shown the yellow card. He's been shown a yellow card
for the challenge over there.
He's took a knock as well.
Yeah. So free kick virtually on the touchline on the far side.
I'm going to defend this one. Concentration here.
Defenders are lined up along a range 12 yards out. Isidore is the one-man wall. Osborne will take the free kick for Derby County in their yellow. Here he comes with his left.
Defend it, lads.
Curls one high in the air, and it's headed powerfully out by Mepham, and it's picked up by Mundell on this left-hand side. He's trying to skip away from Nat Phillips, but in comes Adams, and gets his foot through it.
You know,
drive it into touch.
We talk about Mundell, and people, you know, we was talking about can he step in into that position from Jack. He's been excellent, and people thought, you know, okay, that's a one game. Can he do it? Can he be consistent? He has been.
Don't take the foot off the gas, though.
That was the one thing that Regis Labrie said at the start. He needs to be consistent. He's got to be doing it game in, game out, and he is. He has been, and he's only going to get better.
Thanks for the 3 subscribers.
As the ball rolled through eventually to Trey Hume.
Roberts
down the touchline. Isidore, he's just got a sense of space, hasn't he? Knows where to be. He's trying to get on the end of one here, but too much shown to Cashin, who gets
Love
the
it.
ball
Bring back the spotlights. I say we are honestly a threat this season.
And Neil brings it down, and it's
I missed the floodlights.
Steers it back to Patterson. Approaching the hour mark. I think Derby are thinking about changes, aren't they?
Or he's injured.
They made 4 at the start of the game. They look like they're going to make a few more.
Mendes-Lang will come on, I would imagine.
Nathaniel Mendes-Lang, yeah. Caden Jackson might come on as well. Yeah. They're the 2 that were dropped or rotated. Here's Sirkin inside, trying to find Jobe. It comes back to
very half-hearted effort of
and
singing
then
there.
into the centre circle. Mepham just taps it to Hume, and Hume. He tried to reverse it out to either Roberts or Mepham behind him. But he's struggling, but it's gone straight out. So Hjelde would be the obvious
Hjelde would be the one
choice.
Yeah.
To replace Mepham if he is struggling, which he is clearly.
Which is a blow, really.
It is. They're looking at changes. Derby. Corey Blackett-Taylor is going to be one of them. Striker. Scored against Norwich at the weekend. Mepham still receiving treatment.
Oh dear me.
They're going to make 4 subs.
It looks like you could be absolutely right here.
19, like, Caden Jackson's going to come on.
Mendes-Lang is going to come on.
Mendes-Lang is going to come on.
Jackson would come on. So they are sort of making wholesale changes again, and the other is Craig Forsyth.
Yeah.
So the 3 of the 4 that played against
Wow,
Norwich are going to come on in the second half here now.
There. Thank you very much.
Mepham's back up on his feet. And it's just walking off on the far side. I don't seem to be making any change. Working on the understanding, I assume that Mepham's going to come back on.
Not Helgi, no way.
Referee's urging all the players back from the touchline, and I wonder if Derby are going to make their changes now. All 4 players are stripped and ready. Just under the lip of the top of the dugouts at the moment. Roberts goes across the far side, his ball at his feet. Luke O'Nien's just had a conversation with the referee. Ben Osborne now has the ball flicked up to him by Roberts. Mepham stands alongside of him, and looks like Derby are going to make the 4 changes now. They trail 2-0, Derby County. We're live on BBC Radio Newcastle.
And you're also live with the MACKEM CABBIE as well.
But this is adding minutes on at the end, of course. Play goes on. Substitutions haven't been made. Osborne's thrown the ball back to Hume, who's passed it back to Patterson.
Oh, it's 2-0, Mr. Mitchell.
And a kick up to the halfway line. Nelson heads it on. Jobe gets a bit of a push in the back from Harness. It's now Leeds have got themselves an equaliser at Norwich as the ball swung in by Harness right through the penalty area, and out on the far side.
They'll make the substitutions now
to Sunderland, and you are right. It looks like they are going to make these changes now, or are they? No, Sunderland are going to get to take their throw. It's like having a tea party down the edge of the pitch, and ball thrown to Neil, hooks it in the air down the right, headed down by Cashin through Phillips to Nelson.
Chanting on the background with 2 people
Nelson
singing.
Back to the goalkeeper, who's in very pale yellow with his protective headgear. Passed out to Nat Phillips, then to Cashin. And Cashin drives it out wide, looking for Kane Wilson, who heads it out. It's a struggle always for him to keep it in, and the substitutions have been made now by Derby. All these coming in the 65th minute. So Forsyth is coming on for Chiriwa. That's the first of them. Yates is coming off for Blackett-Taylor.
Yeah, sounds like Matt Mistake singing.
Osborne, is it? Osborne off?
Osborne looks like he's, coming off. And it's for
It's just like
Mendes
like
Lang.
it's a group of 5 fans sitting next to Gary Bennett and Nick Barnes, just singing.
And finally, Jackson will come on for, as they try and adjust the numbers on the board below us, for Harness. So that's the 4 changes.
I don't know if it's not contracted, I'm not so sure. That's why I talk over it, because the fact
Derby,
I can't just let it play
2-0 down here at the Stadium
for
Alive.
copyright reasons. I have to talk over.
Sunderland don't look like they're going to make any
as
changes
well, the
at the
commentary,
minute.
because the fact it's watch along.
Goals from
this
Joe.
is like it's the commentary in the background.
Wilson Isidore handed them the 2-0 lead. And the throw from Sirkin lands on the head of Wilson, and then is hooked in the air and out by Luke O'Nien. Throw to Derby down this right-hand side.
Anybody know what the Middlesbrough score is?
Between
West Brom.
Paul Warne in his bobble hat and Regis Lebris takes the throw back to Nat Phillips, now to Cashin, and Cashin up towards halfway, plays out wide left, where Forsyth
you can listen to the commentary here every single match, Wayne. But like I say, it'll be me talking over
down
it
the
as
left
well.
wing. Jackson's laid the ball off
to
back
because
Taylor.
I can't just
Mendes
let
Lang
the
is in
commentary
the
play
penalty area. But a good tackle by Mepham, who seems to be fine. Leads to a throw to Derby County, 10 yards from the corner.
It's 0-0, thanks
on the left-hand side. Bit of movement from the Derby players. Throws down towards the goal line. It's not behind for a corner. Derby's first of the second half.
Got to be on our toes here. Again.
Who's taking the corner? Short to Blackett Taylor, and he's on the left of the penalty area. He's going to try and dribble in, and he's gone round one, Roberts, and driven straight at Patterson.
Yeah, they're going to be lively. Mendes Lang, Jackson, Taylor.
And he's put on 4 fresh legs, hasn't he? You know, it's going to keep Sunderland on their toes.
They'll try to press high up.
Here's Rigg under pressure, gets the ball across to Job. Job now into the middle of his own half. On his shoulder still was Houdman. Comes back to Mepham. And Mepham
cheers for the 3 subscribers.
Goes wide, tries to get the ball down to Patrick Roberts. In the 68th minute, Mendes Lang slides in to try and cut the ball out, and it eventually reaches the touchline on the far side. Back onto the halfway line.
Morning, Darren Richard,
and played all the way back to the goalkeeper. Over on the left, Cashin. Closed down by Roberts, and now Isidore's cut out the channel back to the keeper. And Roberts has made one block. Isidore trying to get an interception and another. And somehow Adams gets the ball back to Phillips, who had to be smart about getting the ball clear. Eventually does so. And now Sirkin made a challenge but missed it. And it comes to Jackson, but out comes Patterson.
Well done.
And gets there ahead of him to
don't
clear.
Let Derby into this at all.
Simple thing like that could cause problems.
Yes, it nearly did. You know, Mendes Lang takes a throw. Houdman back out to Mendes Lang. And he gets it back away from Sirkin.
Well done, Patterson.
Gets it back again.
Hello to the 466
wide on the
people
right
watching,
with
wherever you
Wilson
are. Welcome to the MACKEM CABBIE channel.
Phillips
Haaland
on halfway to Cashin. And then down the left again. And Forsyth plays it into Caden Jackson. And now played back to Adams in the middle with Houdman, who finds Wilson on the right wing in the 70th minute. Blocked by Sirkin, throw for Derby. 10 yards from the corner on the right. Wilson went to retrieve one ball. Nelson's got another one, takes the throw to Mendes Lang. He's trying to skip away from Mundle. He's done well to cross here, but I think it's gone out. It's gone behind. It'll be a goal kick to Sunderland. 20 minutes to play. Sunderland lead Derby County 2-0. Back on track at the moment. But, no sign of...
Pavada's been warming up.
Yeah, Pavada actually is going to come on.
He's going to come on.
Much the same as happened at the weekend at Watford. Poveda will be the first of Sunderland's changes
Neil
tonight.
Has played well, Brown for Rig.
This Patterson kick, so halfway down the middle, headed on by Cashin, out to the left to Forsyth. He pokes it down the line, but it's away from Blackett-Taylor.
200
for a throw
million
to Sunderland on the far side at the foot of the east stand.
QPR 1, hole 3. Thanks, Mandy, for the score updates.
You'd imagine Poveda will come on for Roberts.
That was the change, wasn't it?
Shh, Ed, don't curse it!
Yeah. So, eventually, Forsyth will go and get a ball and...
well, I wish I was off fake taxi. Crikey, I wouldn't be doing this.
Back to Cashin on the touchline and back to Phillips on halfway, and rolls it into the centre circle to Nelson. Out then to Wilson on this right-hand side. Challenged by Sirkin. That looked like it should have gone the other way. It's been given to Derby, but Queen's Park Rangers won Hull 3. Queen's Park Rangers, Derby's opponents at Pride Park on Saturday.
Poveda doesn't do it for me, I'm afraid.
Trying to get away from Mundle down the touchline, but it's come off Mundle for another corner to Derby. Mendes Lang is going to take the corner on the
hold out this corner.
Right-hand side. He's going to get some support here. I think, is it Jackson's come across? Blackett-Taylor, yeah, has come across here on the right, but Mendes Lang is going to swing this in, drives it in towards the penalty spot, cleared at the post by far post by Hume, who stuck a foot out, and now O'Nien's trying to come out with it, but Houdmin will run onto it, and the Dutchman will swing the ball back into the penalty area, and a flick down by Phillips, a great block on the line by Patterson.
Great save.
Derby can't believe they didn't score there. Patterson, lovely block on the line.
Great reaction.
Very good reaction. Very, very close in front of him.
Come on, Sunderland, stay switched on here,
Patterson. I said he hasn't had much to do, and when he has that being called upon, tell you what, he's been,
save that
he's been
spot on. Yeah.
So still 2-0 to Sunderland as a Derby player down receiving treatment, and Poveda and Brown are going to come on for Sunderland. And I suspect Chris Rigg will be the player that makes way with a view to Friday night.
Yeah, I think Brown and Roberts will come off.
Brown's coming on.
I mean, Brown...
504 people in the channel watching.
Rigg
wow, amazing.
We're going to make the change now, yeah. It is. Rigg is coming off. And you're absolutely right, Roberts is the other player. The Derby player is still being treated in the penalty area, so there's no rush to get for either Roberts or Rigg to come off. They are coming off slowly, milking the applause.
I know, 570.
And the two substitutes will come on now. Rigg shakes Brown's hands, and Roberts finally gets to Poveda, and Poveda comes on, and the Derby player who was hurt, I think it's Phillips actually, I think it was when he went to try and blast that in from close range,
he got caught,
and so he's back up on his feet, is being led off at the moment. Nat Phillips, the centre half.
Substitution.
Yeah, so Phillips is coming on.
No, he wasn't, Gary.
Nyambi, Ryan Nyambi.
Nyambi, the Namibian. So he was one of the others that was who played at the weekend. A 26-year-old, former Blackburn and Wigan defender, coming on. And that's all 5 Derby substitutes played now, with Derby trailing 2-0. Ball with Brown, little flick back to Hume into Dan Neil inside the Derby half, trying to get it forward to Poveda. It just rolled off him, a little bit rusty, coming on straight away. That first touch from Poveda as Cashin plays the ball out to Forsyth inside, then to Houdman, back to Nelson, Curtis Nelson. And I think Derby have gone to a 4 now at the back.
Yeah.
With
Blackett, Taylor and Mendes.
Yeah.
Two wide players.
Nyambi's come in as a right back. Wilson's pushed on. Here's Nyambi, back to Nelson, trying to get it down the line to Wilson.
Don't let Derby into this. Come on, they're getting into this game
thread
slowly.
It through, weave it through at the edge of the penalty area. But eventually comes away off Sirkin with Jackson on his shoulder for a throw to Derby, which Nyambi will take.
Again.
Finds Mendes Lang. He's got Job on his shoulder. He plays it back to the halfway line. Nelson slips it inside to Houdman, and then Cashin and wide on the left. Then
you thought Poveda did well against Watford when he came on. We need Ballard back to
work it forward. It comes back again to Houdman, across the pitch to Adams, wide to Wilson. Wilson cutting inside again, but Sirkin standing in front of him. Now Mundle's in front of Nyambi, who's trying to take him on down the right.
Well done.
And he plays it back inside to Mendes Lang, who leaves it for Wilson. Back to Adams, back again to Nelson.
All
through
Derby
the middle
County at the
to
minute.
Jackson, it's cleared.
Okay,
comes
well
back
done.
up to Nelson. On the left, Cashin. Down that left wing as Hume and Poveda. Oh, the ball has slipped inside to Houdman by Blackett, Taylor, and Houdman is going to play it wide again to the touchline. The cross first time, looking for Wilson, bounces away from him, and Nyambi's trying to get in the penalty area here. He's gone with Mundle, who's pushed him slightly, but Nyambi stays on his feet, plays it behind him to Mendes Lang. Joe trying to get across the front of it. The ball breaks, unfortunately, for Jackson from a Sunderland perspective. And now finally to Sirkin, and Sirkin hooking it away down the left, and it's headed by Nelson down the line to Adams. Nyambi back into Adams, who's whipped off him by Mundle. Now Mundle, he's got options. He plays it to his left to Wilson Isidore, back into the path of Brown. Brown is caught by Cashin, and it's a free kick on the left side of the central.
Good play by Alan Brown.
Oh, we'll get a third and get us relaxed.
Derby suddenly found themselves outnumbered.
Just gives us a little bit of breathing space, isn't it? We just was under a little bit of pressure there, Nick.
We're in the 78th minute, leading 2-0. And the free kick is left for Hume to take. Sirkin's on his shoulder. Hume
time ticking for.
Well, Sirkin's just gone back behind the ball.
Andy, that's mad from Celtic. For Celtic,
Hume with both arms raised, comes in with his right to curl it into the penalty area, and it will run through for a goal kick.
Wasn't the best of free kicks at all.
To Derby County in the 79th minute now. Walking the ball out Derby, and then it's swung over Isidore's head and out over Nyambi's head as well for a throw to Sunderland. Mundle will take this back to Sirkin.
Regis Labrie standing with his arms folded there, still shouting instructions.
Closed down by Jackson, plays it back to the goalkeeper. And Patterson, as Jackson goes to close him down, taps it to MACKEM, who plays it back to Patterson. And he drives it out.
Hello, Brand Gaiman, you alright? How are you doing? Welcome.
Brought down beautifully by Sirkin. Mundle runs onto it now. Mundle with Job, and it's played back as Job held off Jackson to O'Nien, and then cut out by Houdman for Wilson to Mendes Lang down the right wing. Job cuts back, trying to get in front of the Derby man, but it was swung across the pitch, and it's gone out for a Sunderland throw. 20 yards or more from the corner on the right-hand side.
I think Ted Badley's
so we're back on
wood-stained fence
Friday night.
League is stronger than the Scottish Premier League.
It's a 5:30 kickoff for Newcastle's game at Everton, which we'll have full commentary of. As an attempt from outside the box, just drops in the hands of Anthony Patterson from Caden Jackson.
This is where we're talking about managing the game, Nick.
10 minutes left, yeah. Patterson just urging his defenders to push on up. Rusin's warming up.
Sit back, lads.
Just wondering if Isidore's going to get a breather for the last 10 minutes or so. Of course, Tommy Watson came on the final 10 minutes or more of the game at Watford at the weekend.
I like the look of that lad.
Yeah, they'll bring Watson off.
Just adjusted the brightness on my phone, so hopefully
let him
that is a bit better if I show some highlights.
Scoring a goal.
Yes.
His home debut.
39,017
That's
official
decent,
attendance. As away goes Poveda through the middle. He's overhit his pass. Isidore's tired legs managed to get to the touchline and keep it in. Plays it back into Poveda, but he's blocked. Mendes Lang, I think it was.
It is Simon, and he needs
It was
Connolly.
got in front of him. The
I think
ball
he'll be
comes back
available
to
after the international
plays
break.
it across to Nelson, and Nelson down the right wing to Nyambi. He's giving him a bit to do. Sirkin gets across in front of him, but the ball played on to Wilson, who's just nudged over by O'Nien, and the ball goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think they're going to take Isidore up and put Rusin or
Tommy Watson's warming up now as well.
No, that's good. It must be me.
So Mundle will come off.
Yeah, Mundle will come off and Isidore will come off.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
So goal kick then for Sunderland in the 82nd minute now. I think there'll be a fair amount of added time.
Here
so we've got a couple of
international breaks.
Stoppages.
There never seem to be this many
the ball comes back
international
through
breaks.
To the goalkeeper Zeta Strom. Rolls it out
Holly.
on the right-hand side here. Nelson up to the halfway line to Houdmin, and then out on the left wing again to Blackett-Taylor. He has to swing it back into the centre, and Houdmin out to Wilson on the right, Sirkin in front of him. Wilson will cross towards the far post over both the heads of Blackett-Taylor and Hume, and wide on the left. It's swung back in again onto the roof of the net, in fact over the roof of the net, and Trey Hume is
down.
8 or 9 minutes away from seeing out another game without a yellow card.
Just on
only
right
another
side.
10 to go. Is that Isidore?
No, it's not Isidore. No.
Is it Job?
I think
Brown. It's Job.
I thought it said Pornhub on the front of the
I think it's Alan Brown.
advertisings on Derby County.
I'm trying to pick my way to work my way through the tier.
I thought, no way.
Near the touchline.
Oh yes, he is. Yeah, so it must be Brown. Yeah. He's got the physio sitting in front of him, so that's a bit worrying, isn't it? Because he's just come back from a knock, Brown. He's been helped to his feet.
No,
it's Poveda, isn't it?
Poveda.
Where's Brown gone?
Poveda.
Oh, he's in the middle. He's in the middle. Poveda's struggling. Well, there's a surprise.
Yeah, Poveda's struggling. There's a surprise. We were warned of glass legs, Poveda.
Yeah, Poveda's.
I would imagine Watson will come on with him.
Well,
they've got Barr.
There's Watson's coming on, as is Rusin. Is Poveda okay? He's having to come off over here, but
Poveda, what the hell?
He's coming off.
Well, the two substitutions are about to be made, and they're probably not the ones that they wanted to make in one sense.
Wilson will come off.
Yeah, Poveda's coming off for Watson. He's barely been on.
Coming off. He's been on 2 minutes. He's. Oh my God. He's Tommy Watson.
Poveda lasted all of 10 minutes.
There we go. Watson coming on.
Or 11. He's going to be
Poveda there going off.
And Rusin obviously surely will come on for Isidore.
A lot of people said he looks like Jack Clark, does this Watson?
As he rightly suggested, he'll get an ovation as he comes off and shakes the hand of Job and Mundle as he comes over here. Mundle will have to see the game out by the looks of things, because I don't think that was the original intention at all.
No.
There we go. Standing ovation for Wilson
an
Isidore.
Opportunity to see if he can get a third for Sunderland in the last 5 minutes of the 90 plus whatever time.
I think he's only on loan, you know, Wilson Isidore, but with the option to buy.
Dean Whitestone, the ball is back for a goal kick.
I would just send short by Patterson. Packing. Absolutely, send him packing. But we were warned by
Brown
other clubs.
Is okay. Neil is tugged back by Houdmin.
Good play. He's got to book him. You've got to book him, referee.
And Dan Neil that's what he's saying to the referee, and I think just let that go.
Referee, he's away.
He was away. Coventry 3, Blackburn 0. So Coventry, who are at the wrong end of the table as far as they're concerned, are 3 up against Blackburn, who are at the top of the table, on the top 6. And I did say to someone earlier today, I didn't think it would be long. Coventry won't be down there or that's for long. Robbins always manages to turn them around. Yeah, but they did last season.
And Blackburn
had a great start,
and
it just shows you how unpredictable this division can be at times.
Good result for Sunderland as well. That as well. Blackburn
the ball bounces in the middle here. It's headed on by
too right,
Brown,
but
it finally comes back to Zetterstrom.
He's not.
The Derby keeper who launches it back up into the Sunderland half.
Yeah,
the chase across here for O'Nien, who gets his head on the end of it. Concedes the throw.
To a 5-5-0.
Sunderland leading 2-0. Hopefully heading for the 3 points, back on track.
I don't think Pavida even got a knock, you know.
Plays the ball across to the left wing. Forsyth to Blackett-Taylor, down the left of the penalty area. Hume blocks it. It's another corner to Derby. They've been notching them up this evening, but you can give them corners all day long if you defend them.
That's right.
Which they have so far. But now they have to defend this 8th Derby corner from the left at the Roker end.
I do appreciate it.
Whipped in as a vicious curling ball into the side netting.
10 in watching. Brilliant.
So they didn't even have to defend it. Derby.
And thank you for the donations to the channel as well. I do appreciate that. That's just amazing.
2-0, 88th minute.
And another 2 more subscribers. Thank you very much.
You got to say, yeah.
Just need
the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Derby started off very, very brightly.
Thank you to everyone.
Dominated possession. Yeah. They made life difficult. They frustrated Sunderland.
But as the game's gone on,
Harvey by Isidore now. Andrew Moore, Luton brought us.
Sunderland worked them out, didn't they? They found out what worked.
Need to concentrate more. However, the lads, we
drives this up through the middle.
Brownie Isidore
Nelson heads it away
also has a guaranteed buy along with an option to buy. He does, yes,
Neil
that's
gets
part
a foot
of it.
To it ahead of Blackett-Taylor. Mendes Lang ploughs in. Watson's going with him as he comes back to the goalkeeper. And it looked like he was going to pass it past his own goalkeeper. But Zetterstrom's run across the penalty area.
Well, I hope you can
got the ball
hear
and
the
played it out now
to
Cashin. Plays it wide again to Forsyth.
Med team needs to
down the line to
before we
Blackett-Taylor. Tried to get it to Blackett-Taylor over on that far side.
I do this for every single match,
Mickey,
mate. Every single game I do this for.
To Nelson. Back to Cashin behind the centre circle.
Cheers, David Jackson. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Billy Fly. Thank you, mate.
And it's played wide to Kane Wilson. Wilson down the touchline. Mundell trying to keep with him. Wilson crosses and over the head of Blackett-Taylor.
Wilson.
A little flick, which has gone straight into the path of Tommy Watson, who's fouled by Houdwin, who's finally booked.
I'll tell you what, the referee's been really lenient with the Derby County players today,
I suspect. We've done it once
Can't
too
watch
many.
in Minnesota any news on any streaming service. Oh,
yeah, whipped some very, very good balls into the box, haven't they?
Yeah,
really,
they have,
especially from this right-hand side.
I think when we had Ed Dawes from BBC Radio Derby on earlier on this evening, he said it's not through lack of getting balls forward and into the penalty area.
You're welcome, Janet. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody's welcome. You're welcome, Mickey. You're welcome anytime, mate.
As O'Nien plays the ball into Neil in the centre circle. We're in the last minute of the 90. And the Brown to Neil, to Hume, back to Brown. It rolled off his boots a little bit for Houdmin to get the ball off him, and then he fouls Brown, the Dutchman, having just been booked. And Brown gets to his feet. The free kick's on the halfway line on the right-hand side. I think Regis Lebris will be very satisfied with the way that they've responded to the Watford defeat. Back through MACKEM, shakes off Jackson. Jackson comes back to try and get the ball off MACKEM, but it's played out to Hume, back into the middle to O'Nien.
Life of Amber, great to hear the game all the way from New Zealand.
7 minutes of added time.
7 minutes of added time. We've still got to be switched on. We haven't won this yet.
I suspect this derby didn't really want to hear that more than Sunderland, because Sunderland are managing this well. Hume has a free kick over on the far side, and the first of those 7 minutes being added on here.
Set it down because we can't do business with them.
And he just swings it down the right wing. It's a chase for Rusin, who's tried to get the better of the defender.
39,000 fans there, Flynn.
Who goes down, but it will be a goal kick to Derby. Played out short on the right here, eventually to Nyambe.
We are mugs for not keeping Nyambe back
to Nelson. Into the middle, where Adams plays it up onto the head of Trey Hume, looking for Watson, taps it inside to Dan Neal, back to Tommy Watson. Watson now through the middle, he's making a dash for this one to the edge of the penalty area, then tries to slip it to Mundle. Mundle's having to work hard, cash in on his shoulder, comes out to the left and almost to the touchline, and Derby win it back.
Just heard that Pavida's dislocated his eyelash, apparently.
Loses it again then. Watson makes a block. Nyambe's trying to get on the ball in front of Mundle, down in the corner. Nyambe tries to turn it away, turns it out.
That's embarrassing for Celtic, like
that. Again by Mundle.
Assistance.
You know, that's something which you don't see, do you? The other side of it. You know, you look at Mundle, great going forward, but it's the work what he does.
Been a very workmanlike performance tonight. Yep, it certainly has.
Which he does well, as O'Nien goes over the top of Mendes Lang and is penalised. It's a bit winded, I think. He's quickly up on his feet. O'Nien, free kick to Derby County on the right-hand side. 92 minutes almost up. 7 minutes.
1-0 Borough, is that right?
The goalkeeper's come out to take this free kick on the right-hand side. Sunderland lead 2-0. Goals from Job and Isidore, one from long range, one from close range. The ball bounces into the Sunderland penalty area. Brown stretches, heads the ball out, wins a free kick for a foul on Rusin.
Excellent defending again. They've defended very well, haven't they?
They went to try and get a quick free kick. The referee's pulled it back. Patterson, it has to be said, has made 3 excellent saves tonight as well.
He has indeed.
You know, he's probably been the busiest he's been all season, actually, ironically.
Concentration's been good, though, to make them saves, Nick.
Yep.
As he said, he's had
they're
not
15
much to
minutes behind as well, Borough. I think
still waiting to take this free kick,
didn't they?
Sunderland, we played nearly 3 minutes.
He has been poor, the referee.
And
I will be on Friday. You're all welcome to join.
That was the referee telling MACKEM to play it back to Patterson. It's a free kick now just outside the penalty area in the D.
Also doing the MACKEM
right
CABBIE
up the
and
other
Davy
end
show on Thursday night,
Swedish
8
goalkeeper
till 9.
Of Derby County, who rolls it out now to Cashin.
About the match.
And he plays it out wide on the left to Forsyth, who was almost intercepted by Tommy Watson. Back to Cashin, into Mendes Lang in the centre circle. And
well, I'll have a word with you.
On the left, Forsyth, his ball forwards cut out by Trey Hume.
And don't forget,
give a mention to John
go to my playlists on my site, on my YouTube page, and look at the
at work.
alternative commentary
so I wonder
videos.
if,
they're hilarious. Have a look at them. You'll laugh
colleagues are aware,
and I'll be doing another alternative commentary
to BBC Radio Newcastle while he's at work.
It's great fun. Love doing them.
But anyway, hopefully he's enjoyed the commentary, because it's been good news from across the water.
Can I just say thank you for everybody in the chat. I've really enjoyed having a crack on with every one of you.
Throw down the
and thank you for everybody watching. Thanks for the donations to the channel, and thank you for the subscribers as well.
MACKEM puts his head in there and
another 4 subscribers.
Through the middle now. Rusin's got on the end of it, and he's brought down. As you know, it was a good tackle actually by Adams. He got the ball. It's come to Mundle and back. No, he's blown for the free kick. I thought that was a good tackle. I thought he got the ball, and Rusin went over the top of him, but he's actually given Sunderland the free kick now.
Susie Foster, my first visit, definitely coming on again. Thank you very much, Susie.
Continue with the advantage.
Oh.
Strange, isn't it?
That was a strange one.
He's been strange all night, to be fair, the referee.
Like I say, sorry if I rabbit on, but I've got to talk over the commentary.
So it's
a
just
watch along.
by Brown to Joe.
It'd be a bit naughty if it was just purely the commentary. I wouldn't do that. So that's why I'm chatting. If people say shut up, I can't hear the commentary.
Neil,
I have to talk over it now and again. I have to.
And now with
not
Job,
that I'm being rude or anything.
And Brown just lays the ball off back to Hume.
The funny on the Maureen.
On the left-hand side, Sirkin's pushed over. Another free kick to Sunderland on the left as they see the game out.
This is the same referee, of course, when we beat Sheffield Wednesday 4-0.
And as I see the game out, Nick, you've got to say it's been a comfortable
You're welcome, Wayne. Welcome anytime, mate.
Yeah. Certainly the second half.
Good first-time experience, mate.
We're in the brightest of start, but you're going to get.
I hope you've enjoyed the banter.
Difficult. I mean,
back foot.
They came with a game plan. They came to make life difficult.
My
Sunderland found a way.
Helps,
I think
mate. Well, I'm glad it does. It's just lucky you can't smell it.
Way it panned out.
Good to get the win.
Back to the goalkeeper, and we've got a minute. We're in the last minute. If he doesn't add on any
Cheers,
more
Andrew. Yeah, they're a good giggle, aren't they?
Time, Dean Whitestone, and I can't see why. Out comes Cashin up towards the halfway line.
You're welcome, Gordon.
Looking for Wilson, cut out by Sirkin. It's a throw to Derby on the right. 35 seconds of the 7 minutes left.
You're welcome, Dougie.
And the referee being pedantic now about where he wants the throw taken from. Niambi will take this. Back it goes to
funny David,
Adams and into the middle.
Wiz Norton, first time on here, definitely come again. Well done, the MACKEM CABBIE. Thank you, Wiz.
Rusin out to
I'm
Adams
glad you enjoyed
right,
it, mate.
Floats one up into the
Sunderland
penalty area.
Patterson
just catches it in
Thanks
his chest.
Thanks for the 3 subscribers, thank you.
I'll make it about 6-7 seconds left of the 7 minutes. It's just a question of will he add any more than
Holly
that.
Says, Hoa.
Dean Whitestone, Patterson has the ball. Sunderland lead 2-0. They're seconds away from the 3 points.
Yeah, 1 minute, I'm coming out, nearly finished.
The referee has the whistle to his mouth.
Get in! Now time for my liver and onion pizza.
It ends 2-0 to Sunderland.
Toast, okay, I'm turning this off, yeah?
They worked hard for it, but they deserved it. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
No, again, you've got to say it's a professional job done.
Hey guys and girls, thank you very much for tonight. I've enjoyed it. And we can look at the league table in the morning.
Play their way into the game, and you've got to say the first goal was a tremendous strike.
On to Leeds, CABBIE, thanks for the stream. You're welcome, Bong.
And Isidore, look, he's
you're welcome, Darren.
Hasn't he? He knows.
Fantastic.
He knows
result,
where
James,
the goal is. He's had 2 close range finishes
Andrew.
now in 2 games.
2 and 2.
You're welcome, Jordan. You're welcome,
you've judged on goals. And at the present moment, you know, his retention off the ball's good, his movement's good, and he's scoring goals.
Andrew Barker, top lad, CABBIE, thank you. You're welcome, Paul.
You're looking at a reaction after Saturday's game against Watford, and you've got to say they responded very well.
Derby came to frustrate.
Catch you Thursday.
They did successfully do that for 20 minutes.
MACKEM CABBIE and Davey
as we have another light show.
As I've got to mute it. I think we've got a light show coming on at the minute. The light show's on. Well, I've enjoyed tonight. Like I say, doing the Thursday show, the MACKEM CABBIE and Davey show. We both go on BBC Radio Newcastle quite a lot. He's a great guy, Davey. I suggest you tune in Thursday. It's a good laugh. So yeah, excuse me. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, Peter Kendall. Her and the Hunter. Thank you, Maureen Johnson. You're welcome. Steve Jones. Yeah, Philip McKee, Dougie Stewart, Etienne Lemay, Alan Gibbon. We're all on Friday. Ed Cullen, John the Sud, good game lads, says Flynn. Gary Hoyland out for Leeds, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we can go out tonight and digest that. It wasn't pretty to begin with, but we managed the game as it came on. as it went on, and I think people just looked comfortable, and that's what we need to do if a team wants to come and park the bus. If you get a sniffer goal, have a shot from 20 yards out. You never know, you might score, like we did tonight. To all the MACKEMs all on Friday night, get in. How are the lads? So I would end the stream there and then. Glad we won because Leeds will be a tough game, absolutely. So we'll say good night. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Like I say, I hope you've not minded me rabbiting on over the commentary. I've got to do it. But even though if I talk a load of bull crap now and again. But hey, we'll take it easy. Love yous all. Enjoy the rest of your night. What's left. Toodaloo.